Last of the people to come out of hellfire. Now imagine this, right? Imagine this. The last of the people to come out of hellfire. That means the biggest sinner who has ever lived in this world. The person who's finally been punished and now purified and cleansed in the hellfire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows him to enter into Jannah. Do you know what he gets? He gets 10 times the size of this world. 10 times the size of this world. That's the last person in paradise among all the believers that have ever come and lived in this world, from all religions, from all of the Prophet's times. So we're talking about the last person has 10 times the amount. So can you imagine what the people who are above him, that means everybody else in Jannah, can you imagine what they're going to get? Now, how does somebody get 10 times the amount of this world, the size of this world? That's very amazing. Where is Jannah? Jannah, paradise, according to the strongest opinion, is on the 7th heaven. What the hadith mentions, that the paradise has 100 degrees, 100 levels. And in between each two of these levels, it's like between the way we see the earth and the heavens. So when we go outside and we see the sky up there, that is how big the first level is. And then you've got 100 levels like that. And then it mentions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that Fas'alullah, as the Prophet ﷺ mentioned, Fas'alullah al-Firdaus. Ask Allah for Firdaus. Firdaus is the highest paradise. Firdaus is the highest paradise. And what's most amazing is that there's one scholar whose name is Allama al-Tabari. He relates a hadith in which he says that the throne of Allah, as compared to the entire world, or rather the entire world as compared to the throne of Allah, is only as big as a ring thrown into a vast desert. So that ring is the entire world. The throne of Allah is that vast desert. So can you imagine how great, majestic and huge the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is? And then the hadith tells us that the throne of Allah is the roof of the highest Jannah and the highest paradise. So now you can imagine how much real estate there is up there. Because if you imagine it from this perspective, now this gets a bit academic, but if the skies, the heavens are all around us, whether you be in Australia, southern hemisphere or not northern hemisphere, then let's imagine that the heavens are in concentric circles. So the first one is a circle, the second heaven is another circle that is outside of that, the third heaven is another circle beyond that, and then the fourth and the fifth and the sixth and the seventh. Can you imagine how much space there'd be on the 7th heaven if the last person out of hellfire into paradise is going to get a Jannah that is equivalent to 10 times the size of this world? Then there's a lot of real estate up there if the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like the desert compared to this entire world. So there's a lot of space there, but we need to win the game. We need to win, and we need to deal with these pitfalls and challenges of life in this world to be able to get there.